Hello students, in the previous video of this chapter, we have learnt about the floods. Now in this video, we'll discuss about the famine. Scanty rainfall means very low rainfall leads to the drying up of the groundwater and shortage of food and water. This condition is known as famine. What is famine? A famine is an extreme shortage, especially of food. An example of famine is when there is no food and people are starving. The condition of famine occurs in case of scanty rainfall or no rainfall for 2 to 3 years successively. Now the possibility of famine is less if we plant more trees. What are the causes of famine? A famine is a widespread scarcity of food. It can be caused by several factors like war, inflation, crop failure, population imbalance, or government policies. It is usually accompanied or followed by regional malnutrition. What is the meaning of malnutrition? It is lack of proper nutrition. Another thing is starvation. Starvation means extreme hunger. Epidemic. Epidemic means an epidemic is a disease that affects a large number of people within a community, population or region and increase mortality. Mortality means death. Let's have a look at the history of the famine. The first Bengal famine of 1770 is estimated to have taken around 10 million lives, one-third of Bengal's population at the time. Other notable famines include the Great Famine of 1876 to 1878, in which 6.1 million to 10.3 million people died, and the Indian Famine of 1899 to 1900, in which 1.25 to 10 million people died. Another famine occurred in Africa due to fast population growth, war, and food crisis. What are the results or consequences of famine? Death, cannibalism, diseases. There can be a lot more diseases that are caused due to famines. Apart from diseases, lower fertility rates, poor living conditions, fewer income options, various socio-political issues, etc. Now, what is cannibalism? The eating of human flesh by another human being, the eating of flesh of an animal by other animal of its own kind. Starvation and diseases resulted in mass death of unimaginable proportions. This deliberate starvation led to many incidents of cannibalism. What can we do to ease the severity of famine? Here is a set of strategies for famine prevention in conflict zones for the immediate, short, medium and the long run. Humanitarian aid, rebuild communities, strengthen local food system, focus on long-term economic strategies. Now think and answer these questions based on famine. How can we reduce famine? What was the largest famine in the history? Is famine a natural disaster? What happens when you don't eat for a day? What it is caused when you die for hunger? Does famine still exist? What efforts should be made to prevent famine from occurring? I hope students you have understood today's session well in this video. Thank you.